Have you ever tried to make a quiz or a test in PowerPoint, but halfway through realized half the day's gone and you've only made a few questions? Writing the questions is one thing, but then you've got to deal with backgrounds, animations, buttons, all the details. And if you want to create a separate version for each student, you practically have to build dozens, maybe even hundreds, of slides. Even ready-made templates don't always work the way you want. You either spend a lot of time adjusting them to your style, or you're stuck with one specific question format. You want your questions to be varied, multiple choice, true, false, timed. But the further you go, the more complicated and time-consuming it gets. I gathered all these challenges together and designed a program that makes the whole process a lot simpler. So stay with me until the end of this video. Hello to all the dedicated teachers and creative parents. I hope you're doing great and feeling full of energy to create joyful and unique learning experiences. We've talked about tools you can use to design fun classroom games and quizzes. It's time for the next important step. We intend to explain how we can conduct classroom questions in different ways. This program will be useful for almost all subjects and all grade levels. Now, we will explain the different parts with multiple examples. Number, automatically generated. Type exam. In this section, select the type of questions. 1. I select question text, answer text. After selecting the question, it is necessary to choose the template for the question. We have designed more than 20 templates, and even more attractive templates will be added for you. Each template is suitable for a specific type of question. For example, I prefer to use the book or envelope template for questions that include an image. Or, for multiple choice questions with short options, I prefer to use the desk lamp template. In rectangle fill picture, the question and answer section will be filled with the image fill answer set in the settings. If no image is set in the settings, the question and answer will appear without any background. In the templates, if the colorful option is selected, colors from color item 1 to 4 will be used for the options. We choose the Study Light template. Write a question in the question box and provide 4 text answers in the answers section. Enter the correct answer first, then enter 3 incorrect answers. These questions only have one correct answer. During execution, answer choices will be shuffled randomly, so the correct answer won't always appear first in PowerPoint. If the question or any answer includes an audio file, use the Add Audio button next to the relevant box to upload the audio file. Example, question. What is 2 plus 2? Correct answer 4. Incorrect answer 1. 5. Incorrect answer 2. 6. Incorrect answer 3. 3. Time. If the yes option is selected for the question, the time, in seconds, must be entered. This time will be displayed to the user during the question. If not, select the no option. Here, I choose no option. Score. To motivate students, the teacher can assign scores for each question. If students accumulate enough scores during the session, the teacher can offer rewards or incentives like star scores, the ability to perform special activities, or even small prizes. By entering a score value, the user will receive scores for correct answers. At the end of the questions, if the user's total scores are greater than or equal to the predefined reward scores, the student will be directed to the reward page. We set the reward to 10. After completing the boxes, press this button to save the questions in the question table. 2. Text question with rule-based answer. I select question text. We choose the envelope question template. For time, I choose yes option. And we set the time to 10 seconds. We set the reward to 10. Write the question in the question box and define a rule for answering. The student must follow the rule when responding. If there's an audio file, use the Add Audio button to upload it. Example of a simple rule. Please respond to the question. In this case, the teacher checks whether the student's answer follows the rule and selects yes or no. Creative question answering rule example. The student must reply with a question that has the same answer as the original. Example, teacher asks, "What is 2 plus 2? Student responds, "What is 3 plus 1? In this case, the answer to both questions is 4, but instead of giving a direct answer, the student thinks and asks a question that has the same answer as the teacher's question. In this way, you teach the student how to think and find alternative ways to approach a question. Benefits: encourages question formulation skills, deepens conceptual understanding, activates critical thinking, enhances class participation. After completing the boxes, press this button to save the questions in the question table. Text and image question. I select question text image. We choose the circle question template. For time, I choose yes option. And we set the time to 15 seconds. We set the reward to 5. Write a question and insert an image using the image button. Define a rule the student should follow to answer. Audio support is also available. This is similar to type 2, but the question includes an image. Example approach. The teacher displays an image of Paris. Instead of saying Paris, the student should respond, "What is the capital of France?" Reminder: some students may forget the rule and directly answer instead of asking a question, causing them to lose points. And click Save. For image question, text answer, I select question image answer text. We choose the book vertical template. For time, I choose yes option. And we set the time to 10 seconds. We set the reward to 10. Write the question, upload an image using the image button, and provide 4 text answers. First answer equals correct. Next 3 equals incorrect. Only 1 correct answer, and answers are shuffled during execution. Audio files can be added as needed. Example, question. What category does the image belong to? Correct answer, plants. Incorrect answer 1. Animals. Incorrect answer 2. Humans. Incorrect answer 3. Birds. And click Save. Five. Text question, image answer. I select question text answer image. We choose the envelope answer colorful template. For time, I choose yes option. And we set the time to 10 seconds. We set the reward to 10. Write the question in the question box. For each answer, upload a corresponding image using the image button. Insert the image with the correct answer first, then 3 incorrect ones. Only 1 correct image. Audio support is available. Example. Question, in which image do you see 9 butterflies? Provide 4 images. Only one should contain exactly 9 butterflies. For the correct answer, I enter an image containing 9 butterflies. For the incorrect answer 1, I select an image animal. For the incorrect answer 2, I select an image fruits. And for the incorrect answer 3, I select an image a larger number of butterflies. And click Save. Six. Image question, image answer. I select question image answer image. We choose the book vertical template. For time, I choose yes option. And we set the time to 10 seconds. We set the reward to 10. Write the question, upload an image for the question and for each answer option using the image buttons. First answer equals correct image. The rest equals incorrect images. Only 1 correct image. Answers are shuffled during execution. Audio files can be attached as needed. Example. Question. Which image matches the one shown? Here, I choose an image of an apple. Correct answer. I choose an image of a plant image. Incorrect answer. I choose an image of a book image. Incorrect answer. I choose an image of an animal image. Incorrect answer. I choose an image of a human image. And click Save. Seven. True-false question. I select true-false. We choose the rectangle fill picture template. The question and answer section will be filled with the image fill answer set in the settings. For time, I choose yes option. And we set the time to 10 seconds. We set the reward to 10. Write a question in the question box and select true or false as the correct answer. Use the Add Audio button if the question includes audio. Example. Question. Is 2 plus 2 is equal to 5? Correct answer. False. And click Save. 8. True-false with image question. I select true-false image. We choose the envelope question template. For time, I choose yes option. And we set the time to 10 seconds. We set the reward to 10. Write a question and upload an image using the image button. Select true or false as the correct answer. Audio support is available. Important notes. Supported audio formats, .wav and .mp3. .wav format is preferred for faster playback using the system's built-in player. .mp3 files may take longer to play due to the need to open a separate audio app. Example question. Does the image shown belong to the animal category? Here, I choose an image of a bear. Correct answer. True. And click Save. Here, I have entered 8 questions. Now, we will explain the other buttons below. Reset. This will clear all the boxes. Recovery. If you have previously saved questions in the backup table, you can use this option to restore them. I have explained this part in a separate video, the link to which I will put in the caption. You can also click on this video from above. Clear. Use this option to delete all questions saved in the question table. When deleting questions, you will be asked if you would like to save them in the backup table. If confirmed, the questions will be saved in the backup table before deletion and can be restored using the recovery option. If questions are deleted, any PowerPoints created with those questions will also be deleted. Delete. Click on a row in the table to select a question, then press this button to delete the question. When a question is deleted, the PowerPoint created with that question will also be deleted. Edit. Click on a row in the table to select a question, make the necessary changes, and then press this button to save the changes in the table. If there are many questions and you want to search for a specific one, you can select the group from the search section. After selecting, click the search button. After entering the questions, we now go to the PowerPoint settings section. In this section, we select the All Students option and choose the reward. In previous videos, I showed you how to enter rewards and students, as well as how to set different configurations for each session, or how to adjust the PowerPoint execution settings. If you haven't seen any of these sections, check the link in the description. We select questions 1 to 8, and in the comments section, we just write "Please click." Then we click the Save option. Now, we go to PowerPoint. We double-click on the eduquizpro.pptm file to open it. You can see that there are no slides. Next, we double-click on the question.pam file. And at the top, the add-in section appears. If this method doesn't work for you, in the PowerPoint settings, the link is provided in the description and also at the top of the page. I've explained 2 different ways to add an add-in to PowerPoint, which I highly recommend you check out. We click on question, wait a little, and you'll see that a slide opens. On my system, recording is happening at the same time as running the program, which causes a few seconds of delay in opening the file. But on other systems, this delay won't exist. I also tried to run this on a Pentium 4 system to show you that no special equipment is needed to use this program, and it will run easily on any system that can run PowerPoint. The first slide is created. Notice that the information we entered appears here. When we click on Start, the cursor changes to a spinning state, and the slides are generated. The interesting part of this program is that the slides are generated during the presentation, so the student never sees any question slides in advance. I'll exit presentation mode so you can see that the slides have been created. You can see we now have 9 slides, 1 start slide and 8 slides for the 8 questions. Now, let's go back into slideshow mode. By pressing the next button, we move to the first question. I'll exit slideshow mode and place Excel next to the screen so you can see the questions we designed, and I'll explain them one by one. The first question is a multiple-choice question with 4 options. Both the question and the answers are in text format, with no images. We used the Study Light template for this one. I didn't set a timer for this question, so you can see there is no countdown on the slide. We assigned 10 points to this question. The question appears at the bottom, 2 plus 2 equals? We also added an audio file. Since in the settings we didn't insert an audio icon, a solid colored circle appears here. By clicking on it, the sound plays. This audio is just a sample and has no relation to the question. Option 1, 4. Option 2, 3. Option 3, 5. Option 4, 6. For the second question, we used the envelope question template. This envelope contains a question. According to the rule, the student must answer in such a way that their response creates a new question with the same answer. For example, the question is 2 plus 2 equals? Instead of answering directly, the student might say 3 plus 1 equals? Both answers equal 4, but the student uses reasoning to find an equivalent question. If the student answers correctly, the teacher selects yes, and points are awarded. Otherwise, no is chosen. We assigned 10 points to this game and set a 10-second timer. You can see the countdown starts at 10 and goes down to 0 during the presentation. In slide 4, we have the third question, which is still text-based but this time includes an image. We used the circle question template. We used a photo of the Eiffel Tower, symbol of France. The goal here is for students to name the city. According to the rules, they should not answer directly with the city name. Instead, they should ask a question that leads to the answer. For example, what is the capital of France? Here, we used the circle template. We assigned 15 seconds. This question is worth 5 points. In slide 5, we see the fourth question. It's an image-based question with 4 text options. For this one, we chose the book vertical template. As you may have noticed, for image-based questions, I've tried to use templates like the book or envelope, because they display pictures more clearly. The question is, which category does this picture belong to, followed by the options. We assigned 10 seconds and 10 points to this question. In the next slide, we have the fifth question, where we used the envelope answer colorful template for the answers. It's a text-based question with 4 image answers. We could also add text alongside the images if we want. During presentation mode, the options appear as designed. The sixth question uses a book vertical template. The question is shown on one side, and the answers on the other. We inserted a picture of an apple, and the question asks, which image matches the one shown? 1. A book. 2. Some animals. 3. A human. 4. A plant, correct answer. Notice that the correct answer doesn't always stay in the same position. Even though the correct answer was initially entered first, here it appears as option 4. In this example, I only used images for the answers, but we can also combine text with them if we like. The 7th question is a true-false question that uses the rectangle fill picture template. I used the image of a stick to fill in the options, but you can choose different images. We assigned 10 seconds for this question and awarded 10 points to the student. The 8th question is also a true-false type, but this time it includes an image. Again, we used the envelope question template, which contains an image that appears during the presentation. Does the image shown belong to the animal category? Here, I choose an image of a bear. Correct answer, true. If you've noticed, we had designed a reward section for the student, but it doesn't appear here yet. Now, let's go into presentation mode to answer the questions and collect points. In the reward section, we had set the rule that if a student reaches 30 points, they can access the rewards. Question 1, we select option 1, and you can see 10 points are awarded. Question 2, if the student answers correctly, we select yes, and 10 more points are added. Question 3, an image appears. According to the rules, the student must ask a question to describe it, such as which city is this tower in? The answer should be the city name. If it's correct, we select yes, and points are added. Question 4, the image must be categorized. We choose plants, and points are added. Question 5, in which image do you see 9 butterflies? The correct answer is option 4. Question 6, which group does this picture match with? The image is an apple, and again the correct answer is option 4. Question 7, is 2 plus 2 is equal to 5? We select option 1, meaning false. Question 8, the answer is correct, so we select option 1, meaning true. On the final slide, we press next. And you'll see that a new reward slide is added, showing 3 rewards. Here we also see the student's score, 75 points. I selected an image of a seashell, but you can choose other images, everything here is customizable. Now, we open the second seashell, and reward 2 is revealed. Next, we move to Excel. For this game, we had used reward 1. In the rewards section, you can see that the minimum score required for this reward is 30 points. Since we earned 75 points here, the reward slide appeared. If the score had been less than 30, this page would not have been generated. To run PowerPoint, we also have 2 other methods that allow you to assign a specific set of questions to each student. Here, I'll go back to Excel, select the spinner, and assign questions to each student. For the first student, Jack student, I assign questions 1 to 3. I select main settings and assign reward 1. You can set different settings for each student. For the spinner to work, at least 5 students must be defined. If you have fewer than 5 students, use the box option instead. For the second student, Patrick, I assign questions 4 to 8. I choose reward 2 and settings 1, then save. For the third student, Sarah Emily, I assign questions 1 to 8, select reward 3 and main settings, and save. For the fourth student, Danny, I assign questions 5 to 8, select reward 1 and settings 1. For the fifth student, Wayne Dyer, I assign questions 1 to 5, select settings 1, choose reward 2, and save. For the sixth student, Game Student, I assign questions 1 to 8, choose reward 1 and main settings. For the seventh student, Jack, I don't change anything, just save. The reason I left Jack for last is that the order of the spinner or box sections follows the sequence in which the teacher assigns questions. That means Jack, as the sixth student in the class, will appear in the last box. Now let's return to PowerPoint. Simply go to the add-in and click on Question. Wait a few seconds for the first slide to be generated. After it's created, you'll see the spinner with 7 sections. Click Spin, then Start. Jack is selected. We click on Jack's name and wait for his assigned questions to load. Wait until the cursor stops spinning. I exit presentation mode so you can see that the slides were generated. We had assigned 8 questions to Jack. And here you can see 8 slides were created. His name also appears at the top of the slides in the name section. We go back into presentation mode. This time, we select Jack student and wait for his slides to be generated. I had assigned him 3 questions, 1 to 3. You can see that the previous slides were cleared and 3 new slides were created just for Jack student. Again, we go into presentation mode, but this time we select Patrick. We wait for Patrick's slides to be created. Exiting presentation mode, we can see that 5 slides were generated with settings different from the previous students. Back in Excel, you can see we had selected settings 1 for Patrick. When we click on settings 1, you'll notice different color schemes. Unlike the other settings where we used images as backgrounds, here we used solid colors. And as you can see in the slides, the backgrounds are indeed filled with color instead of images. Now let's go back to Excel to try another method, the box method. Since I already used the spinner in the previous example, I'll click on one of the table rows, change the selection type to Select Box, then click Edit and choose Yes. You can see that all rows update accordingly. Now, simply go back to PowerPoint, open the add-in, and click Question again. You'll notice that the old slides are deleted, and a new slide is added containing several boxes. I explained how to configure the boxes earlier. Click on a box and wait for the student's name to appear. I shouldn't have used black font for the box, but it still works. After clicking on a student's name, wait for their assigned slides to be generated. You can now see that the slides for the student have been created. If you're interested in collaborating or have any questions, feel free to contact me via email. So if you're looking for creative, engaging, and budget-friendly teaching ideas, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you won't miss any new videos.